comes Terry Funk. During our last commercial break, Douglas had the final few comments on his title match.
All right, sir, how much time we have?
Just a couple more minutes, man. Just a couple
more minutes. Couple more minutes?
Come on.
A couple more minutes till Shane Douglas becomes the champion of ECW again. There's still the whole world why I'm called the franchise. That's right. 5 minutes. Terry Funk is mine in 5 minutes, and the gold is mine.
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes. Then get these geeks out of here.
Get out! Get out of here!
The long wait is over. It's time for the ECW heavyweight title match. Shane Douglas looked very anxious to start this. Oh, and isn't that cute, a warm embrace? This is Joey Styles in the Eagles Nest above the ECW arena, joined this week by Paulie Dangerously, former manager of the franchise, Shane Douglas, and current manager of Sabu. And Paul, what do you have to say about this heavyweight championship matchup?
Well, obviously there is no honor among thieves. Shane Douglas, the franchise, cost Sabu the ECW. Man, this guy's going to need a shot after that.
Hey.
And here we go. Shane Douglas and Terry Funk locking up for the very first time.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Funk backs in Shane Douglas. Who'll be the first man to throw a closed fist? I'm sure it'll happen within the first 60 seconds of this match. You better believe it.
And notice, Funk is very, very leery of the franchise. Shane is coming in all headstrong. Shane is coming in all fired up, and Terry Funk is just trying to keep the franchise at bay. Did you hear Funk's so emotional interview? His father lived for this business.
Absolutely.
His brother lived for this sport. This is one of the worst criminals in the history of this sport. And look at Douglas backing his way out of the ring.
People who live in glass condominiums shouldn't throw stones dangerously. Shane Douglas seeks refuge on the outside from Terry Funk, who's attempting to give the handsome Shane Douglas some cauliflower ears. Remember, Shane Douglas wore that belt not too long ago. He has tasted the gold, and some say it's addictive. Once you've had a taste, you want it again and again and again, and you can bet Shane Douglas has that taste of victory in his mouth. He would like nothing better than to walk out of the ECW arena later this evening carrying that heavyweight championship belt.
Well, Douglas has all the momentum going his way. He is the franchise now here in the NWA. And Shane Douglas wants to go in to February 5th at the ECW arena, right back here in this arena with the ECW title strapped around his waist.
And that would give him a decided advantage in that matchup with Funk and Sabu. Funk now shoving off the franchise. The franchise comes right out of the corner, ready to fight, but Funk catches him in a side headlock, and again he's wrenching it in, trying to give Douglas cauliflower ears. Handful of hair and an elbow on the back of the neck of Douglas, and again a shot. That was actually a rabid punch to the back of the neck. Terry Funk really roughing it up here. Back to the side headlock. This looks like a classic heavyweight championship matchup from years ago. Side headlock, Terry Funk reverting back to the glory days. Shane Douglas, you can bet, will be able to match him hold for hold if he can ever get out of this side headlock.
Well, you talk about glory days and old-time title matches. Terry Funk in 1975, 76, and the beginning of 77 was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He wrestled more 60-minute matches, 60-minute draws, 60-minute matches that went to a decision than any champion in a one-year period in the year 1976. And Shane Douglas has vowed to take Funk all the way to the time limit, but he has also vowed to beat this man, Terry Funk, for the ECW heavyweight title.
Well, 1976 was just fine, but right now it's 1994, and Funk had better be in condition. He better spend his time on the Stairmaster, on the bike, doing the cardiovascular training, because Shane Douglas can certainly take him an hour. Shane Douglas is one of the greatest athletes in all of pro wrestling, or professional sports for that matter. As now Douglas jumped on the outside, able to catch the rope, and pulling down on Terry Funk. You can bet Douglas can go all night long, as now Funk pulls Shane Douglas back in the ring, and again, wrenching it with that side headlock.
And notice how Terry Funk is keeping his feet way, way apart. He's keeping a vertical base. Terry Funk is not allowing Shane Douglas any room to breathe. And now Douglas trying to power his way out of the headlock, and a crafty move by the biggest cheater in all of sports, Terry Funk.
Who are you calling a cheater? This from a man who goes around smashing people over the head with a telephone? You're no spokesman for long distance. As now, an embrace by Shane and Sherry. Funk breaks that up in a hurry. There'll be no loving at ringside as now, again, Terry Funk with that side headlock on Shane Douglas. He really wants to take this kid's head home with him tonight.
I don't know if he wants to take the kid's head home with him or if he just wants to keep Douglas at bay. But I tell you what, he has a side headlock going on the floor. These guys are both going to get counted out.
Indeed, the referee is counting. As he reached 10 yet, as Jerry and Funk swing on the outside. There goes the bell. Oh, no, this match can't end like that. We were just getting warmed up.
Yeah, we were just getting warmed up, and I bet you're all disappointed. And you want to know something, Joey Styles? For everybody that was happy when these two were in cahoots against Sabu and myself, I tell you what, I'm glad you're disappointed. I'm glad you got ripped off. What a rip-off, and I'm glad for it.
Well, Terry Funk claims he wants to...
I'll be damned. The Douglas is taking championship from me. But he's trying to damn well do it.
Well, Funk,
he wants to fight Douglas.
he wants the match to continue.
Why didn't he give Sabu a title shot? I protest. I protest. I protest.
Oh, why don't you take a leap out of the eagle's nest? I've had it with you. These fans paid to see a title match.
We're restarting the match.
Yeah, you're damn right. We're restarting the match. We're back with heavyweight championship match. Are you still here?
I'm still here, and I'm still protesting, and I am here on behalf of the rightful owner of the ECW heavyweight title, Sabu.
Rightful owner, Terry Funk on the outside is now. He's taking it. Shane Douglas going up to the top. He will give Funk no breather. The franchise comes down across the lower back of Terry Funk. That may be a smart move. I mean, Funk's no spring chicken. He's been in the Mat Wars a long time. You can bet he's had his share of bumps and bruises on that back, and Douglas really going to work on Terry Funk. No, it's not the back. Douglas is choosing to work over that arm and the shoulder of Terry Funk.
Terry Funk is in a world of hurt right now, as Shane Douglas wants to prove to the entire world that he is indeed the franchise, and he is laying it in to the left arm of the southpaw from Amarillo, Texas, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion and the current ECW Heavyweight Champion, Terry Funk.
Earlier it was Terry Funk continuing to go to work on the side headlock, wrenching the neck of Shane Douglas. Now, it's Shane Douglas going to work on the arm and the shoulder of Terry Funk. Perhaps he feels that's the weakness. Who knows what his scouting report told him? I'm sure Sherry did some homework. She's traveled to Mexico and God knows where else. Maybe she picked up some information saying Funk had a bad arm.
And look at the leverage that Shane Douglas now employs against the left arm, the bicep, the tricep, the forearm, and the shoulder of Terry Funk. Yes, Jerry has been in Mexico. Yes, she's been hanging around with Jake the Snake Roberts. But I don't know what... Oh, man. You're telling me that hench wench did not tell Shane Douglas to go for the left arm? Look at the expression of pain on the face of Terry Funk. There's only one man that should have that expression on his face more than Funk.
And who would that be?
Douglas. He's the one that cost Sabu the title.
Well, you asked for everything you got, and so did Sabu. As now Shane Douglas really tying up Terry Funk like a pretzel here in the ECW arena. Refuses to let go of that arm.
And notice the look of desperation on the face of Douglas. He's afraid what's going to happen when Terry Funk breaks loose. He's not giving Terry Funk any room to breathe.
Terry Funk shoulder first into that turnbuckle, just as Douglas planned it. And again, Shane Douglas riding Terry Funk down to the canvas. A takedown would be 2 points if it was amateur wrestling, but this is not amateur. This is the pros. This is for all the marbles. This is for the gold. The ECW Heavyweight Championship, and Shane Douglas is holding on to the arm of Terry Funk, much like Terry Funk is trying to hold on to that title belt.
You know, coming into this match, I thought originally that Funk had the proper game plan. He was calm, he was cool, he was collected. Wham! A headbutt by the wily veteran. Wham! Another one by Terry Funk. He's going to go for 3.
A trifecta of headbutts stagger both men, and Terry Funk just tumbled out of the ring. I believe he tumbled down on one of our cameramen.
Good. I never liked that cameraman to begin with.
You wouldn't accept a payoff from you, as now Shane Douglas going to work on Terry Funk on the outside. These two are all over the arena, and Terry Funk is all over that guardrail. Again, shoulder first.
Hey, you think if the referee counts them both out again, that Terry Funk is going to beg for the match to continue? I think Funk will do anything to survive now. He needs to enter February 5th right back here at the EC. Wham!
I want you to mind your own business.
Because he's doing what a manager's job is to do.
Yeah, interfere in the match, wreak havoc, and generally get on my nerves. And that present company included, dangerously. As now Shane Douglas grabbing hold of that arm. Terry Funk with a few choice words for Sherry Martel, words I won't dare to repeat on ECW television. And Douglas dragging Terry Funk back into the ring, sitting down on Funk, wrenching that arm. And this is a smart maneuver because it gives Douglas basically a breather. He's not exerting any energy. This is why Douglas can go 60 minutes. He's pulling up on that arm, and he's just sitting there catching his breath.
And now he's applying a figure 4 leg bind. You know, coming into the match, I thought Funk had the better game plan. I thought Douglas was too revved up. I thought he was expending his energy. I thought Sherry had him way too high up on the game. I thought Sherry had him too cranked up. But now, look at Sherry. She's torturing Funk. She's going at it verbally with Funk, and Shane has Funk all tied up, using the leverage to his advantage, catching his second wind as Terry Funk uses all his energy trying to escape a very, very painful hold.
Well, I hate to agree with you on any point, but I've heard Sherry's mouth at the beginning of this match. She's a verbal diuretic, to say the least. And Shane Douglas, as you said, is pacing himself. That's why he claims to be the franchise, a wrestler in the classic tradition. And he's taking it to Terry Funk, but Funk fighting back. I don't know where Funk hits it. Chopping away at Douglas. He has freed his arm, but it's just dangling there. That arm is just dangling, and Funk used it as a weapon. That was instinct. He wasn't thinking at all.
Funk is fighting with everything that he has. He's holding on to the ECW title like it's his very life. Douglas comes off the rope. Wham! Right back down on the arm.
That may be the turning point in this match. Terry Funk may have to give it up. He'd hate to give up the title. But, you know, you don't want to give up your career. As now Shane Douglas going to work on the arm. We've got to go to a break.
Another break?
Another break.
Who's calling for these breaks? You or the
Our director, Matt Radical. We've got to go to station.
I never liked him, and I never liked this station.
As everyone knows, I collect gold, and I get my gold at Carver W. Reed.
And as every woman knows, diamonds are a woman's best friend, and I get my diamonds at Carver W. Reed.
Carver W. Reed, corner of 10th and Sansom Streets since 1860.
We're back with heavyweight championship action as Shane Douglas working over the arm of Terry Funk. This is the bonus 30 minutes of this edition of NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling. Remember, we've got 90 minutes of action, 60 down, 30 to go, and Shane Douglas and Terry Funk could care less about the time. They're going to keep going till one man walks out of here champion.
And look at Funk now. He's desperately trying, wham, desperately trying to ward off the challenge of the franchise, Shane Douglas.
And that last chop sent the franchise falling to the floor as now Terry Funk follows Shane Douglas to the outside. And an elbow on top of the head of Shane Douglas. Again, Funk using that arm. And that arm goes right to the ring post and then the guardrail.
Terry Funk is wrestling with one arm, and it's not even his good arm. Terry Funk is a southpaw. How many times that wham! Once again, the left shoulder, the left arm going right into the ring post. Terry Funk is wrestling with only his right arm, and he's not ambidextrous. He is a lefty. He's a southpaw, and Douglas is unrelentless. This is not the same Shane Douglas that was a World Tag Team Champion with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He's not just trying to beat Terry Funk. He's trying to hurt him. He's trying to maim him. He's trying to finish off Funk's left arm for good.
Well, Douglas threw a chair in the ring. Luckily, our referee was quick to throw it back out before these two got back in the ring. A headbutt down Shane Douglas down to the ring apron, and Funk sends Douglas to the floor. But Douglas is intent on using this chair, and he does. Across the back and the shoulder again of Terry Funk. And now Shane Douglas again. He's really driving that chair in. He's trying to take that arm right off.
Shane Douglas is like a shark that smells blood. He's moving in for the kill, and it's the blood of Terry Funk. And you know what? I think when Shane drove that chair down into the arm of Funk, he hurt that arm even worse than it was already hurt. He's busted it open. I can tell. Funk's arm is ripped. The skin on his shoulder is ripped. Terry Funk is in a bad, bad way.
Well, the southpaw now will attempt to defend himself with his right hand as he has no choice. He has no recourse. He's going to have to wrestle with one hand as Shane is giving quite a handicap for the rest of this match. He's got a southpaw, can't use his left hand.
Funk is trying to slow down Shane's momentum, but Shane won't be slowed down. Look at the smile on the head squinch. Sensational Scary. Shane will not give up. Shane will not stop coming after Funk. Shane wants to be the ECW heavyweight champion, leading into the three-way match on Saturday night, February 5th, right back here at the ECW arena.
He's got a lot of unkind words for Sherry Martel, but yet, when you introduced her as the valet, the manager, the director of covert operations for your new dangerous alliance with Shane Douglas, you had some pretty positive comments for her.
Of course I did. You know, every time I name a director of covert operations, I name some tramp to that position, and as always with the woman, they let me down. Women always seem to do that. They always seem to let me down.
Yeah, I've heard that it goes both ways, by the way, Paul. As now, Sherry Martel looks on as Shane Douglas riding, Terry Funk riding that injured arm, really trying to tear that appendage right off of the ECW heavyweight champion. Shane Douglas is relentless. He's like a piranha. He is a man obsessed with crippling Terry Funk, I would have to say. And this is one hell of a game plan, I must say. I hadn't seen it at the beginning, but now it's quite clear. Shane Douglas is going to work over that arm of Terry Funk until it is useless.
And look at Douglas now. Look at the intensity on this man. This is what was missing all those years. This is what was missing when he was the World Tag Team Champion with Ricky Steamboat. And now Douglas, truly at the top of his game, wanting to prove to everybody that he is exactly what he has written on the back of his tight, that he is the franchise, that he is the premier athlete, not just here in ECW, not just in the NWA, but in all of professional wrestling. Look at Douglas. He's taking his time. He is tormenting Terry Funk. Shane Douglas is trying not only to wrestle the ECW title from Terry Funk, he is trying to finish Funk off before February 5th.
Well, I'll tell you, in my opinion, what was missing in Shane Douglas was the ECW competition. Yeah, you can be a world champion somewhere else and still be a nice guy. Try that here at Eastern Championship Wrestling, and they'll knock your block off, as right now a reverse atomic drop. Really, well, Shane Douglas did not turn it loose. And again, he comes down across the knee. And Shane Douglas goes, he's tenacious. Right back to work on that arm. Douglas doesn't want to let the left arm of Terry Funk go.
Even though Terry Funk is grabbing the bull by the horns, the bull is not going down. He is hanging on as tenacious as a bulldog. He will not let go of Terry Funk's arm. He is going to twist. Wham! Beautiful shot to the jaw. Mike Tyson would be envious.
Well, Terry Funk using his one good arm and a few jabs and a headbutt. What a combination, but Funk knocked himself silly on that one. Funk face first down to the canvas. Douglas follows him down, again hooking that arm. Douglas now again giving himself a breather, just using all of his weight, laying in on top of Terry Funk, but still wrenching that arm. And that is why Shane Douglas has indeed become a 60-minute man.
Brilliant wrestling by Shane Douglas. He got headbutted right in the nose, and he was hurt. His eyes blurred up. He couldn't see. He didn't know where he was, what he do. He cranked down on Funk, got the leverage. Leverage is the key, not only to amateur wrestling, but professional wrestling. Got the leverage advantage, and then try to clear his senses. Then try to clear his eyes. Then trying to recoup from what Terry Funk laid into him with.
First of all, what would you know about amateur wrestling? From what I hear, you always had a doctor's note to get out of phys ed as a kid up there in Scarsdale. Great camera work showing the expression of pain on the face of Terry Funk as he's locked in that hold. Now Shane Douglas runs through Terry Funk once again, takes over Terry Funk, and again goes right back to work on that arm. For a second, the action got fast and furious. Douglas wants to slow it down. Douglas wants to dictate the pace. Douglas wants to ride Terry Funk and wear him down. And what camera work! Terry Funk is in pain, Terry Funk is in trouble, and Shane Douglas is loving every minute of it.
Of course he's loving every minute of it. Take a look at Terry Funk, and take a look at Sherry Martel, and take another look at Terry Funk. Look at the expression on his face. That man is upset. That man feels the ECW title flipping away as he goes down for the leg, and now he's going for the STF, but another reversal by the franchise.
Drop toe hold by Terry Funk. Really couldn't get a second move going. Couldn't get those moves rocked off in succession as Shane Douglas immediately locked up that left arm.
I don't blame Funk for hiding those eyes. The eyes are the mirror to the soul, and right now there is nothing but fear in the eyes of Terry Funk as Douglas is holding on for dear life himself. But look at Funk, he's wiggling his fingers. He's trying to keep the feeling in that hand, but you can tell Douglas has been working on that arm now for close to 10 minutes, and that arm is getting number and number by the minute.
Shane Douglas refusing to let up on Terry Funk, now throws him to the outside. Terry Funk really trying to get it together here.
Man, he's crying. He is upset. There are tears coming down the face of Terry Funk. I haven't seen anybody cry that much, well, since Lawrence Taylor on Sunday.
Well, your Giants didn't do too well. I hear you lost a few bucks on that one, too, as Shane Douglas follows Terry Funk right out and immediately goes to work on that shoulder. They're on the outside. Douglas has a chain. It's wrapped around the throat of Terry Funk. The franchise trying to choke out Funk with that chain.
And meanwhile, Sherry has the referee occupied. The ref can't see any of this, and Terry Funk meets the back wall of the... Right, give him a kiss, Sherry. Give him a kiss, and then the ref needs to get a shot.
Did you lay off her? Terry Funk is in a bad way as Shane Douglas uses him for a handball. Now has him trapped in the corner, really going to work on that arm, which I believe is busted open.
I told you that before. I told you that the skin was separated, and now Shane is making it worse, and yeah, you can see it. Douglas has definitely done not just muscular damage to the arm. That arm is now busted open, and wham! Down with the chair. Shane Douglas is unrelentless. He is unmerciful. He truly wants to prove to the world that he is the franchise in professional wrestling. Look at this. Have you ever seen Shane so vicious?
No! Oh my! Terry Funk's shoulder sandwiched in between that metal dolly and a steel chair. And if Shane Douglas didn't smell blood before, he can certainly smell it and see it as well as it runs down the arm of Terry Funk. Oh, is Funk in trouble? You know, I hate to admit it. He might want to give this up. As there you see the remains of Terry Funk's arm on the ring apron. Terry Funk may want to give it up. You give up the title, but you save your career. Nothing's worth your career. Terry Funk's got a few years left in him. Why give them all up now?
Because the ECW Heavyweight Championship doesn't just mean money, doesn't just mean prestige, doesn't just mean glory for Terry Funk. This is what his career is all about. This is a source of pride that cannot be taken away lightly from Terry Funk. You have to not only take this man down, you have to take, wham! You have to take away his heart and his soul to take away the ECW title. That's why he turned his back on the fans. That's why he turned his back on his friends. Terry Funk doesn't care. Now he's flipping chairs into the ring. He'll do anything to remain champion.
What a hook shot by Terry Funk. Wasn't even looking over his left shoulder. Caught Shane Douglas with a kick. You know, the New York Knicks could use a guy with a hook shot like that. And Terry Funk, they want to consider switching sports after this one is over, and he might have no left arm. He might want to try bowling or something. He's in a world of trouble, and I'm not kidding. Shane Douglas has really done a number on Terry Funk's arm, but now it is Terry Funk going to work on... Look at that. He's just punching away on the legs of Shane Douglas, trying to give him a pair of Charlie horses. Shane Douglas may have a few appendages on the shelf as well. He can't walk. Funk can't swing. These two are beating each other pillar to post. And Terry Funk will not stay down. He will not take the count out. He will not take the easy way out. He wants to pin Shane Douglas and prove to the ECW and the world wants it. He's slapping away.
He's paintbrushing the franchise. He is slap-handing him back, forth. He is slapping Shane Douglas all around the ring.
Well, Terry Funk has really had enough of Shane Douglas. He's not going to take it anymore.
and Douglas landed wrong on the outside of the ring. He tried to get away from Funk, and now Douglas himself has a hurt arm. Douglas, look at the expression of pain on the face of the franchise. You know, like I said earlier, I knew that Terry Funk had the right game plan going into this match.
Wait a minute. You said that Terry Funk was too sedate.
That's right. I said Terry Funk was so sedate that he fooled Shane Douglas. Brilliant game plan by Terry Funk. I knew it all along.
DDT on the outside. I'm glad we've got your comments on videotape, so I'm not the only one who knows you're a bold-faced liar. As Terry Funk now on the floor with Shane Douglas. Douglas glassy-eyed. Funk fighting to get to his feet. Oh, boy, he can hardly stand up himself. This is one of the greatest wrestling matches I have ever seen in my life. Not just as a broadcaster, not just as a journalist. In my entire life since I've seen my first wrestling match, this is one of the all-time greatest matches, as these two are taking everything they have, and they're leaving it here on the outside. Funk's got a hold of Sherry. Funk's got Sherry.
Here we go.
What's going to happen here?
Wham! Like I said, brilliant game plan by the franchise Shane Douglas. Brilliant game plan. I knew he suckered in Terry Funk. I knew that Funk was way too sedate. I called it all along. Shane Douglas all the way.
From now on, I'm going to call you the windsock because you change directions like the wind. As now, Jerry Martel doing her job, distracting Terry Funk, giving Shane Douglas the upper hand once again. Douglas full of the filth of the ECW arena. He's been beaten from one end of this building to the other, as has Terry Funk. These two look like they were in a street fight and didn't know anybody.
Here we go now. Shane setting up Funk for the pile driver. And if Douglas hits this, it's all over. Wham! We got a new ECW heavyweight champion. Let me call Sabu and tell him that we can now challenge the franchise for our title.
You get a big mouth. 1, 2, and... Oh my goodness! Terry Funk able to kick out. Where did Terry Funk get that from? For 1 minute, for 1 second, I thought you were actually right. I thought that was it. Terry Funk has been spiked. Douglas going for it again. Surely if he hits this one.
Straight up and straight down.
That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. No, Terry Funk inching his way like a worm, like a snake, going for lower ground. He's on the arena floor, but he can't be pinned there. What instinct by Terry Funk. And now Sherry's out there choking. She's out there. Why don't you mind your own business, Sherry? Why don't you get... Terry Funk's got her by the hair. Terry Funk's got her by the... You know what? Give it to her. Lay it on her. You heard what? She's no lady.
If this happens, you're the one that's going to take the heat for it.
Take the heat for what? Did you see her interfering in this match? She's rooting a classic matchup. She deserves whatever she gets. And now it's Shane Douglas ramming the head of Terry Funk into the steel ring post. And Funk is on Dream Street.
Well, he better dream that he's the ECW heavyweight champion tonight, because by the time this match is over, he will be a former champion, because the game plan that's being employed by the franchise Shane Douglas is the right one, is the correct one. It's the winning game plan, and he's going to go all the way, and there's Sherry showing exactly how a manager should assist his or her protege.
A manager makes plane reservations, sets up training sessions, helps you with your diet, helps you pick your opponents, helps you with scouting reports.
Hey, you're right. She is picking his opponent. She's picking his opponent apart piece by piece. You called it.
There's no reason for managers to interfere. You should all be banned from ringside. As now Shane Douglas...
I'm not at ringside.
Ascending to the top turnbuckle, and here comes Shane Douglas with a fist on top of Terry Funk. Terry Funk is lifeless. Terry Funk is not moving.
Terry Funk is busted open.
Terry Funk is done. 1, 2, no! No, Funk finds a way out. Funk finds the back door, and Shane Douglas is stunned. He can't believe it, and Funk now, he's got a soda can.
Where did he get that?
And Jerry gets it, the can. Jerry got the can as well.
Oh, I love it. I am loving every single moment of it. The spirit of competition right here in the ECW arena.
And now Terry Funk going to work on the leg of Shane Douglas.
Terry Funk going to work on the leg. Terry Funk going back to the only friend that he never double-crossed. The only friend that never double-crossed him. Terry Funk is going back to the maneuver which won him the NWA World Heavyweight title. Terry Funk is going for the spinning toe hold.
You said it, Paul E. Dangerously. Terry Funk operating on instinct. Remember that in the late 70s, it was the spinning toe hold that brought him the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Will it help him retain the ECW title on this special 90-minute? We've got to go to a break. We've got to go to a break. He just hit Terry with a chair. Well, both men have made their way back into the ring as the match continues, and Terry Funk is using Shane Douglas as a punching bag. This has turned into a boxing match as Terry Funk just unloads on the franchise, who's on Dream Street. His legs are rubbery, and now he's on his back staring at the ring light. Terry Funk on top of Shane Douglas.
That's a cover.
That's a double cover. Terry Funk on instinct alone kicks out. Shane Douglas also inched up his right shoulder. Got to give credit to both competitors. They heard the 2 count. They can probably do that in their sleep at this point. As now Terry Funk fights to get back to his feet, as does the franchise Shane Douglas.
Like I said, Terry Funk had the proper game plan. As now, the man that was cool, that was calm, that was collected, sets up the franchise, and wham, this is the move that broke the neck of Nature Boy Ric Flair, and look at the damage that it's done to the franchise Shane Douglas. Funk has it won. It's all over.
Well, Terry Funk believes he's got it won as well, but I'm not. Shane Douglas is twitching almost, convulsing. He is in trouble. That compressed all 26 vertebrae. He may be in trouble. Funk's got to go for a cover. Terry Funk is not following up.
Terry Funk does not want to risk Shane Douglas kicking out at 2. All the energy that will be expended. And wham, here comes a rude awakening. And I know that maneuver almost as well as anyone else.
Neck breaker indeed. Funk covers 1, 2, and no, 2 and just inches. 2 and 15, 16th, we'll say. Shane Douglas able to just kick out ever so quickly before that the referee's hand hit for the 3rd slap on the mat. Terry Funk has not won it yet. Shane Douglas refuses to concede defeat to Funk, and the battle for the ECW heavyweight title continues.
And everyone here at the ECW arena is on their feet. Everyone besides Funk and Shane. These 2 are going to have to beat each other to death to determine who is truly the better man.
As they just may do that, as Terry Funk now backdrop on the chairs and the back wall of this ECW arena. These 2 refuse to stay in the ring. They are going to use every inch of the ECW arena to settle this epic battle, this match of unbelievable proportions for the ECW heavyweight title strap. As now it's Shane Douglas with the soda can. We saw Funk do it earlier. Shane returning the favor on Funk. Now being led back to the ring by the franchise into the ring post. Terry Funk is bleeding. Terry Funk is battered. Terry Funk has been beaten down by Shane Douglas. But Terry Funk continues to fight as Shane Douglas. Terry Funk, his lower back smashed into that ring apron, rolling into the ring. He's in trouble. He is in trouble. No, Terry Funk fighting back. And an elbow on Shane Douglas. Funk off the ropes. Douglas drops down. Terry Funk, near side shoulder block. Both men hit head to head. Douglas down. Funk soon to be down. There he goes.
And Funk was trying to land on Douglas, but he couldn't. He couldn't make his way over to the franchise. As now Terry Funk, the first one up, and he goes for the cover.
1, 2, and no! Shane Douglas able to kick out. Shane Douglas did not want to see his title shot go to waste. Now Terry Funk with the side headlock roll up. Douglas has his feet in the ropes. He got him! He got him! He got him! Shane Douglas is the new ECW heavyweight champion.
What? No way! No!
Yes. Here comes the bad breed. Here comes the bad breed. Paul Lee has thrown down his headset. Paul Lee is shot to the ring. Paul Lee is in the ring protesting. He is protesting. Paulie's saying, give me the belt. I'd like to belt him. Why should you get the belt? He believes Sabu should be the next chip. Here comes Todd Gordon. Oh, hell is fucking loose in this heavyweight championship match.
You don't belong in the ring. Get out of the ring. You out of the ring. You out of the ring. You out of the ring. Sorry, Martel, out of the ring. His feet were on the rope. I'm overturning the decision. You get out of the ring now.
The match will continue.
Let's go. This match is not over. It's continuing. You put this match right back on. Ring the bell.
The match continues. Shane Douglas wasting no time in shoving Terry Funk out of the ring. And there's Paulie dangerously at ringside, interjecting himself in this match. He is choking Terry Funk. Sensational Sherry urging on Paulie dangerously. I didn't think I'd see that anytime soon. As now Funk's few good men, the Bad Breed, the Rod Brothers, whatever the hell you want to call them, they've got Paulie cornered. Meanwhile, on the outside, Sherry is choking Terry Funk. Paulie scatters out of the ring. I can't keep up with all this action. The Bad Breed has chased Paulie from ringside. Shane Douglas back in the ring.
In the match. 4 minutes.
4 minutes remain. Only 4 minutes remain in this match. As Sherry's out there choking. Well, the damage has been done. Paulie dangerously and Sherry Martel, in essence, double team Terry Funk, aiding the franchise Shane Douglas. Paulie dangerously just hates Terry Funk. And for some reason, he wants Douglas to be the man that Sabu faces for the ECW Heavyweight Championship. Perhaps Paulie knows something that I don't, of course. Terry Funk with the hardest test to date for Sabu. And now Shane with his foot on the throat of Terry Funk. Cover! 1, 2. 2 count only. Terry Funk, oh, he was so close to being pinned. Terry Funk was just centimeters, not inches, centimeters away from being pinned and losing the ECW Heavyweight Championship.
3 minutes remain in the match. 3 minutes.
3 minutes remain. 3 minutes remain. These guys have got to pour it on now. They've got to get it going. If anyone wants a pinfall at this point, they've got to pull the proverbial rabbit out of the hat, as it were, and hit the big one. Shane Douglas pounding away on Funk. Funk pounding back on Shane. Shane fires back with a right. Both men on the ropes. Terry Funk was going for extra leverage of some sort. Shane Douglas spills onto the outside, right in the hands of Terry Funk's few good men, who now work over Shane Douglas. And here comes Sherry. Sherry's going at it with a few good men. Hey, is anybody in the locker room not involved in this match? This looks like a lumberjack match, a battle royal. Wrap them all up, and you've got the greatest ECW heavyweight matchup I've seen to date. Axel Rotten throws Shane Douglas back into the ring, back to the Wolves, or should I say, the Crazy Fox, the wily veteran. He's middle-aged and crazy. He's Terry Funk. There's only 2 minutes left in this match. 2 minutes left. The tide has turned. The hunter has become the hunted. Terry Funk now stalking Shane Douglas. Shane Douglas pounding away on the lacerated forehead of Terry Funk. And it is having no effect. Terry Funk is impervious to those shots. Terry Funk is firing back. This is the Terry Funk I know. This is the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. This is the man who is proud of that ECW the television championship he once held. Proud of the ECW Heavyweight Championship he currently holds. And he will lie down for no man. He will get pinned by no man. Terry Funk wants to beat the hell out of Shane Douglas and pin him for the title. They're on the outside. Sherry's on the floor. Shane meets the guardrail. And Terry Funk is unrelenting. There's about a minute and a half left in this match. 90 seconds of action. We're down to a minute. 60 seconds. 60 seconds left in the match. Shane Douglas goes up and over the top turnbuckle. Douglas to the outside, right in front of the few good men. 45 seconds. We've got about 45 seconds to go. Well, there can't be much time left in this matchup as Sherry is consoling Shane on the outside, protecting him from Terry Funk. 30 seconds to go. Obviously, the public enemy will have to wait until next week. That means we've got 27 seconds left for somebody to go for a pinfall in this title match, because as we know, it only takes 3 seconds to become the ECW Heavyweight Champion. Terry Funk's gonna turn it on. 7 seconds left. Can Funk Funk pinned the franchise with 5 seconds to go.
2, 1.
No, there goes the bell. The bell is run. Funk goes for the cover. If there is a decision, we'll let you know what happened next week. Until next week, remember, the ECW, it's not a secret anymore.